So happy to have you here. Well, welcome to another mindfulness session for entrepreneurs. Today's topic, are your emotions an asset or an obstacle to millions, is it's a very interesting conversation, actually. Can you recall a moment in your journey where your emotions acted as kind of a guiding light? Maybe it led you towards an opportunity, or maybe it led you away from harm. Maybe you prayed even, or meditated, or maybe it was just a gut reaction or an instinct, but something helped you to make a better decision. Yeah, so I think that most people are going to tell you to ditch your emotions and just do business. They'll tell you emotions have no place in business. Have you ever heard that before? Well, I want to challenge that, maybe kind of turn it on its head today. Because so many of us have been taught to suppress or detach our emotions in business, but I think that they can be a catalyst for your next million. I'm so serious. So, why? I think if you see emotions as a barometer, that's my first point here, and not a hindrance, then you can learn to recognize some things that are going to be helpful to you as resources instead of squandering time, and they can help measure the alignment between your actions and your core values. So what I mean by that is, when we're faced with a decision, our limbic system, the emotional center, it often reacts instantaneously. And these reactions are primal, they're not always logical. And so when we wait to allow our emotions to subside, and we let our prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logical reasoning, take the wheel, then we make better decisions. But it's not about ignoring it. It's about recognizing your emotions are at play. Give me a heart or a thumbs up if that makes sense to you. Then I think about sleep and how pivotal that can be for decision making. Sometimes if you're just conscious, you haven't had enough sleep. You can even use that as a measure in your barometer. But memory consolidation, that's super important as well. So over the course of 72 hours, we typically have 3 sleep cycles. And during these cycles, our brain undergoes a process called memory consolidation. That's where we're refining and interlinking new information. And when you do that, you gain clarity. Have you ever slept on a decision and woken up knowing that you saved yourself from making a bad choice because you just decided to sleep? Show of hands or hearts for that. Yeah. So when you're emotionally cooling off and when you are making a decision and you sleep on it, all of those things are helping you to gain clarity and evaluate your decisions before just making a decision you'll regret. But I think it's important to understand how you're feeling. You're not ignoring it. You're just able to better decode yourself and then figure out what works best given your situation, given the future, your core values, and you're just able to make better decisions that are in alignment with where you're going. And when you have a break from focused thinking, because I can think and think and think myself into a decision, I can think myself out of a decision. Show of hands if you think sometimes it's good to have a break from focused thinking. Where this is when our subconscious mind just finds solutions and alternatives we might not have thought of. Isn't that funny? Do less and you can actually do more. And Deepak Chopra would say, sometimes if you do nothing, you can do everything. Emotions drive us way more than we think. And alignment is crucial. So lastly, there is a concept called emotional resilience, but it's being kind of thrown around as a buzzword. And I want to submit to you that emotional resilience is more of a currency than anything else. Show of hearts or thumbs if you agree. Emotional resilience is a currency. So as the market is changing, we too change, our customers. The way your clients shop or they search for your services are changing, especially with AI. And there's just a lot more people who are able to get themselves out there. And sometimes it's really frustrating to realize the way you've been doing something for like the past 20 years isn't working today. Or maybe it seems like it's slowing down, but that's just really a reflection of the changing market. Because people still need you. They need what you have to offer. But when you're doing business, you have to understand in this changing market, those who can adapt emotionally are going to be the ones that reap the rewards. And that often means not looking at the ebbs and flows as a negative, but just as something to adapt to, something to change. Like, okay, the way that I've been doing this isn't working anymore. Are you going to give up? Or are you going to adapt? Are you going to think about all of the times before you were emotionally resilient? Or are you going to get lost in the fog? The way the brain works is it's going to look at the past events that were similar. And I don't necessarily mean similar in like exactly the same way situationally, but similar emotionally. How did you feel when you had a challenge that you had to overcome? How did you feel when you lost business or this client? How did you feel when this deal fell through? If you can remember all of the times that you overcame those challenges that's actually going to be the stepping stone to propel you to get over the next challenge. That's why it acts as a currency. And so if you have no emotional resilience in the bank, you can't get yourself through. You can't pay the toll and go through. And that's another way to look at the things that don't work out in your life, the failures that you've gone through, the upsets, the way you felt in your emotional life, personally, professionally, the fact that you have gotten through 100% of your worst days should be a motivator to remind you, okay, if I got through this before, I can get over this. I can get through this again. Show of hearts, if that makes sense. I had we finished lunch, Shankar and I, and his mother, and while we were waiting for our food, I actually went to the one who is managing everything, and I said, oh, you're managing this whole shop with no helpers, no workers? And she said, oh yeah, someone called in sick, so I'm doing, and I could tell emotionally she started to become aware of all of the challenges that she had to face. Oh, I gotta do this and I have to serve that, and it's connected to a hotel, so maybe there's some kind of service that she has to provide there. But when I told her you can do it, she said, oh yeah, I've done it before. And I instantly got happier because I knew that she was channeling her inner emotional resilience. Just not like a switch, actually, that you can flip on or off. It's a state. It's born out of challenge, out of pain, out of sorrow, out of blood, sweat, tears, depending on the level of the challenge. And I don't know, she pulled it together and she kept going. And we both had smiles on our faces. I went back out to finish my wrap, told her to have a good day. She gave great service and was handling a lot of tasks. But that's just an example. The fact that she verbally confirmed what we already know to be true. It's not about avoiding emotions, but leveraging them to make effective decisions and to be able to go forward. So you as a business person understand that you should rejoice, maybe not in the moment. It's kind of hard when you have, got the door slammed in your face or had the rug pulled underneath you. But when those things happen, it's building up your emotional resilience, which is a currency, and you will be able to cash in the next time you have a challenge, whether it be in the market, whether it be with your clientele, whatever is happening. If you can leverage your emotions, how you felt, okay, this is a similar feeling. I know I'm going to get through this because I got through it before. You will see how successful you can be. And that is most certainly an asset to millions and not an obstacle. Emotions are an asset. At least that's my belief. What about you? Do you think your emotions are an asset or an obstacle to millions?
That's a very good question, Andrea. And I think, as always, there is an answer here that is somewhat of a mix, but I would say the first type of emotions that I would like to think about is the gut feeling type of emotion, which is, of course, a very specific one. It is the one where you draw on a certain level of experience that you've had in business and also with people, with business partners, with opportunities. And sometimes you just have a gut feeling that it is the absolute right thing to proceed. Anyone in the audience, please give me a heart if you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes your gut feeling just gives you that confidence, that safety, and no matter what I do here, this is the right decision. Actually, this year I've made several such decisions. The last one was one where a long-term friend and business partner in San Antonio told me, hey, I have this opportunity to flip a house, turn it into an Airbnb. It will be a long-term hold. You told me you want to get into Airbnbs and real estate investing. This is it. I need this kind of money. Can you wire it into the account? We need to act by the end of the week. And I just had the gut feeling, because I have known this guy for years. This is his 50th investment. And I just had the gut feeling, this is a situation in life where I can just wire $70,000 to a buddy and he will take care of me, right? So there are these moments in life. But mostly in business, you have to make the decisions that are detached from emotions. That's, at least that's my experience, especially when it comes to managing a team, assessing a team, evaluating a team. We have that so often that we just need to make sure we look at the facts, and we need to understand, why is this being asked for? Why is this decision required of me? And just take the emotions out of the conversation is something that, Andrea, you have taught me. So the other part is investigating deals, business deals. I like making those decisions on spreadsheets with numbers, because it always really comes back to what is the return on investment, what is the leverage that I have here, how can I make the most money in the least amount of time, how can I streamline that, and how can I make that also scalable. And all of that, in my opinion, especially when we talk to getting to millions, to the 7-figure mark, in my opinion, taking emotions out of it has served me best, with the exception of the gut feeling type of decisions. So that's my contribution here today. Then I'm handing it back over to you, Andrea.
Thank you, Shankar, for giving more color to how to use your emotion as a compass. I appreciated that, because you also really highlight how your emotional intelligence is directly tied to how you cultivate relationships, and you have to understand, everyone needs to understand that when you are building relationships and you're building your network and you are able to trust people, that's how business is done. And so it's the same for you. And so, yeah, absolutely going to ugrow.club, signing up by clicking one of our faces, getting into that challenge, understanding how to be authentic, which is definitely an emotional connection, at least from the screen. That's how people are going to perceive you anyway, is really important to widening your network and having people trust you and you trust them. And then you're able to make these decisions with clients, with suppliers, with employees. Businesses thrive on relationships. And so emotionally attuned entrepreneurs can just foster better collaborations and partnerships. So emotional self-awareness is really kind of what leads to genuine brand authenticity, and that's going to attract the clients and the partners that are aligned with your vision. But yeah, so I don't know, Shanae, if you want to add something to this, you feel free, and if not, we're going to go into our affirmations. All right, then, if you would just take a deep breath and let it out as long as you can, letting go of any tension, taking another breath. Focus on your breath right now. And as you recite these affirmations, try to emotionally connect to them. That's telling your brain to believe what you're hearing. and then it will look for ways to back up this truth in your entrepreneurial journey. I am constantly evolving, growing, and achieving in my business. Every challenge I face is an opportunity in disguise. I am deserving of immense success, abundance, and prosperity. My vision is clear. My purpose is strong. I am unstoppable. I have the power to manifest influence in countless lives. Each day I make decisions that align with my highest business goals. Success, abundance, and prosperity flow to me effortlessly. Every action I take moves me closer to my mark. I hope that these affirmations for you are not a replacement for actually going after your goals. The purpose is to change your thoughts, your ideas, and your stories that you tell yourself. Without action, this isn't very meaningful. So when you say things like, I attract the right clients and partnerships that aligned with my brand's values, what my hope for you today is that you would have very clear brand values and start to look and examine your clients and your partners and potentials and weed out the ones that don't align with your values and draw closer to the ones that do. When I say success, abundance, and prosperity flow to me effortlessly, I mean that my practice makes perfect, and that's why it feels effortless. But it's not a substitute for actually working hard. If you agree, could you give me a heart or a thumbs up? All right. So before we go into our sound bath, I want to ask if there's anyone else who would like to come up really quick for half a minute. And if not, then focus on the sound that you hear. Oh, we have Camille. Okay. I'm going to allow you to speak, and then we'll go into our sound bowl. Welcome to the stage.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. I just wanted to come up on stage and give my gratitude, love, and peace to everybody here in the room, and especially to you, Andrika, as I make my way downtown Toronto to what I call stepping into my even greater opportunities and greatness in my beautiful journey of wellness. So I just wanted to say, as I sit here on the GO train going downtown, I'm so full of gratitude, abundance, peace, joy, and my path is success because I am doing the actions, taking everything that you said and putting it to work. So just want to be here to say thank you.
Thank you so much, Camille. Appreciate you. Gonna move you back to listening. if anyone else has anything. All right. Well, then concentrate on the sound of, oh, joy. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Hi there, Andrea. I wasn't sure if I connected or not. Just a quick thing. I've loved the content of today. It's been beautiful. And just that thing, that push and pull, are emotions good? Are they bad? Whatever we think about them, they're signals to tell us what's going on inside our body. So you're quite right. Paying attention to your intuition is part of it. And I love Shankar's bit that the logical mind kicks in certain places too. So finding your own balance, being okay with that, and not trying to push things away. Just that place of acceptance. So thank you for a brilliant, brilliant session today.
I love that. Thank you so much. Well, that is perfect to close us out. And because we are running low on time, I'm just going to ask everyone to listen to the sound. Think of 3 things or people that you are grateful for, and we will send you into your day with joy and gratitude and love and peace, and see you back here tomorrow.